Ramble.
Thank you to BetterHelp and Honey for sponsoring today's episode.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Sleven. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures. Today we're talking about the Josh Hartnett overseen film, overlooked film,
overlooked,
underrated. Lucky number 11.
That's right.
That's right.
That's correct.
Damn right.
That's damn right.
You're damn right. You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right. I am. Eisenberg.
This is a Garrick request. You're gonna hear him giddy like a fucking child this episode.
Yes, you
And we got
are.
Miles B in the studio because he's like, pretty sure this is the best movie ever made.
There was a
It
period of
is.
several years of my life that I said, "What's your favorite movie?" Lucky Number 11. And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think it's everything a little boy could dream of, and it makes you feel smart for watching it, and that's why I liked it.
How are you guys feeling today before we even jump in? How you doing?
I feel good. Going back into it, I was like, yeah, man, this is where I belong. This is my home. I love a good fucking misdirect.
Hell yeah.
I felt cozy. I felt warm. I felt like the humidity was raised in the apartment.
Yeah.
And I just snuggled up into a little blanket of gore. It was sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love this fucking movie.
It's honestly, it's a perfect movie for people to rewatch now.
Yeah.
Because you say John Wick, whoa, that's cool.
Wow.
Nobody's ever done anything like that. Fucking watch Lucky Number 11. The idea, like, where
it's been done.
Okay, yeah, the boss, the rabbi, like this idea that like there's sort of a code amongst these people and these gangsters.
Right.
That's all in this movie. Also, Ocean's 11. Whoa, that's kind of a fun, like all sorts of ideas coming together. Josh Hartnett is on the phone, actually.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett's calling.
What? Oh, let's explain what we did and what the whole trick was at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Lucky Number 11 did that shit.
Morgan Freeman much? Yeah, he's in this as well.
Sir Ben Kingsley? Lucky number 11.
He's in that bitch. Lucky Number 11.
Lucy Liu being a Baby-Rama?
Oh my God.
Lucky number 11.
Big Baby-Roo.
Lucky Number 7. Yeah.
Josh
love her in
Hartnett
this
as
whole
a
thing.
heart throb?
I gotta say,
I'm throbbing for Josh. Lucky number 11.
Lucky Number 7.
when you watch this movie, you do think, wow, what happened? Because this guy's the best leading man.
Yeah.
That I'll take him over a lot of the leading men of today.
Name one.
Right.
Name one who I'll take him over.
I was thinking like, yo, he could have played Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like he would have been Josh Hartnett would have been a great Tony Stark.
Fuck yeah,
So after
dude.
watching this whole
You're
movie,
out
I
of
was
your
like, oh,
fucking
shit.
mind.
Are you kidding?
No, man. Cause like,
I thought you were
thinking
gonna
what
say.
him-
I thought you were gonna say Batman. I think he could do the Rob Pattinson.
Fuck, that would be so
Oh,
good.
he could have been a Rob Pattinson Batman.
Yeah, he could have been.
Fuck, man. He should have been. I don't know what happened to him. I feel like he got a little burnt out from acting, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think I'm
But-
going to choose that he chose to leave.
I think he did.
I think he chose.
Good
to.
and good for you.
Yeah.
Take that money and run. Take that Dawson's
Yeah.
Creek money and go find yourself a
Yeah,
little
he
cottage.
doesn't need to do anything else for
Big
the
ass
rest of his
cottage.
life.
Yeah,
And
but like a
that's-
movie like Good Time, he could definitely fucking do that
he
type
would
of shit.
Kill that shit.
He's
Oh
so
my fucking God.
Hot.
He's so hot, but he's also like, he's got this cool little, you know what? And the whole time, like, we'll obviously get into a lot about this movie, but the writing of this movie reminds me so much of like a Shane Black movie, like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and, I mean, other Shane Black movies. Yeah, but
Lethal Weapon.
that's Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Lock, Stock, and
Lock, Stock, and yes,
Smoking
100%. And like, it's also, it's just got
Snatch,
that like
all those,
little
yeah.
like silver tongue.
It's quippy, baby. It's fucking quick, baby. It's fucking Shakespeare, dog. I don't know what else to say, bro. It like everything. And I was gonna say this earlier, but this is how I write dialogue and scripts. I've never gotten to that level.
Yeah.
But when it like the last thing somebody else says, the next thing somebody says has to be clever or some kind of play off of what they said. And I just kind of like do this weird like wavery thing or try to go for it, not knowing that this is where I got it from in the first place because of how much I love this fucking
This
movie.
is your artistic. Wow. So you as a writer, everything you are, we can trace back to.
We
Lucky
can trace
number
it back
11.
to the dialogue of Lucky Number 7.
Okay,
Absolutely.
what-
The two scenes where he meets the boss and the rabbi, those two scenes I think are just, it's perfect writing. It's perfect writing.
Do you know about the snoo?
Yeah.
That was my Morgan Freeman, I guess.
Yes, yeah. Was that Morgan?
The snoo. I have a joke, but now it's gonna seem like I'm dragging you. I don't want this
please.
to. But I liked this movie.
Yeah.
But the writing to me, it feels like if you went to film school, you know the kid that had a Boondock Saints poster on the wall and was like, I'm gonna be the next Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
This is if that person was sort of right.
For sure. Oh, yeah. No, the writing is like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's got that, like, Tarantino, I guess, but it's sharper than... Tarantino...
It's sharper than Tarantino?
It's sharper.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
It's fucking sharper than Tarantino.
Pulp Fiction who?
It's less tongue-in-cheek. It's less tongue-in-cheek than Tarantino. Tarantino, he very much writes things cartoonishly.
Yeah.
And then does like the cartoonish punch-ins and all of that stuff. And it kind of plays off of like how the characters are speaking.
Yeah.
But like here, it is like, it's punchier in between things. It does feel like two people verbally boxing, which I really fuck with every time. Like the devil may care attitude of Sleven throughout the whole movie, where he's like, I have apexia or something like that. I forgot what his disease was. Ataraxia. I'm sorry. Apexia. He's like, oh yeah, because he's an apex predator. Yeah,
but also like,
let me give a synopsis real quick, because I'm sure people listening are like, what the fuck is this movie? Why do you keep saying Sleven weird?
Sleven Kalevra. By the way, I said that I muttered that name to myself in middle school, just being like, that's the coolest shit I've ever fucking heard of.
And then when they're like, okay, and then when they get to the meaning of it, I was like, yes. Anyway. I fucking love this movie.
I've never had to be the Kelsey, and I hate both of you right now. Lucky Number Sleven is a classic case of mistaken identity. Josh Hartnett stars as Sleven Kadevra.
No, excuse you.
Sleven.
Fucking don't disrespect his name. Sleven Kalevra.
Anyway, he's in an apartment. Some thugs pick him up. They think he's some guy. He's not that guy. But then someone else thinks he's that guy. He's not that guy. You have two dueling mob bosses played respectively by Morgan Freeman, the boss, and Ben Kingsley as the rabbi. Why do they call him a rabbi? He's a rabbi.
Because he's a rabbi.
Great. Good stuff. You have Lucy Liu as the quirky neighbor who wants to solve some crime. Stanley Tucci as the police chief who's this new scumbag in my city. You've got, it's a really good cast.
It's a great cast.
It's good. And then you have Bruce Willis as this mysterious, enigmatic hitman who's lurking in the shadows. What's he up to? Stick around. You're going to find out.
That's right. And his name's Good Cat, by the way.
His name is Good Cat. Mr. Good Cat.
The names are fucking great in this movie.
It's Good Cat with a K.
With a K, yeah.
Which I know because I had subtitles on for the second half.
Right. And then, not to spoil anything, but Kalevra means bad dog.
Right.
Good cat, bad dog.
I didn't make that connection.
Oh, that's right, Zach. Because this is a fucking Rubik's Cube. This movie's a fucking escape room. This movie's a fucking... Every you peel back the onion and there's more onion.
There's more onion. There's more onion. You peel back a layer of that onion and there's a bushel of fucking onions.
There's a whole fucking bag of onions.
A whole bag of onions, baby. You don't understand. You don't fucking understand.
Now, Garrick, as I understand, you did not take a single note for this episode.
I did not. I didn't need to. I put my phone down. I was like, oh yeah, no. I started. I had my phone out, and then the one note that I wrote was, "This movie fucking rips." Without a doubt, it probably. Without a doubt, and it probably made nothing. And that's all I got.
It bombed, I'm pretty sure.
It was a bomb. It was also not super well. I think it has like a 50-something on Rotten Tomatoes.
It has a 52.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
It also,
but this is, again, it predates Rotten Tomatoes, so they had to go by like random people, not random people, but like 3 or 4 reviewers.
Okay, I want to hear your pleasures, but can I tell you why I think this movie has a 52%?
Yeah, please. Yeah, go for it.
And I think it's the elephant in the room.
Homophobia.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
That too.
We'll get there. Because the name Sleven makes my fucking skin crawl. I, with every fiber of my being, hate the name of this movie. I hate his name, and it's genuinely like that's a 30-point swing right there. This is a 75. This is a 75 on Rotten Tomatoes, but the second you call this movie Lucky Number 7.
Well, you know it's a good title. You're thinking it's going to be Lucky Number 7.
It's not Lucky Number 7.
I remember when this shit came out, and I'm like, why the fuck are they saying 7 like it's a snail crawling on you?
Sleven.
It is the numerical equivalent to moist. But besides all of that, it's a play off of a horse's name. Like they all have weird ass names.
Okay, but you could have chosen any name for the horse. It could have.
That's fair.
I've never met a fucking horse named Sleven. Oh, I can't even
I've never
say
met
it.
a
Sleven.
horse.
See, I just, especially with the last name Kalevra, it just
Kalevra.
feels so good to say.
Flows.
Sleven Kalevra.
Sleven Kalevra. Oh.
If they called it
you
Lucky
gotta
Number
say both.
Kalevra,
But then you'd know.
That's a great
if you spoke Yiddish, you'd be like, oh well, that's bad dog.
Yeah.
Great point. Hit me with some pleasures.
Oh my God,
Garrett,
everything.
please. Yeah, everything.
Oh, this was. I saw Ocean's 11 before I saw this movie. I remember seeing this one a little bit
to say
later.
this is better
after.
than Ocean's 11? Are you
No.
even
I can't say that.
Okay, thank God.
I can't say that.
no,
but
it's not. I'll be there.
it's not. It's
It is
like
better than
that's like.
Quentin Tarantino's entire filmography.
Yeah. Kill Bill
but-
can suck my ass.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. So I had like once I saw Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 11. No, it's just Ocean's 11. I had
Still
this
tickled
kick
by that.
for like Snatch and all of
Totally.
these like I'm an illegal guy type of all the Shane Black movies. Went through all of those, and then I got to this one and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then the twist hit and I was like, oh God. And this is me, I'm a fucking, I'm in high school, I think. And I was losing my mind. I was running around. I hadn't talked about a movie this much since Ace Ventura came out. Since Ace Ventura 2. I was just like, and I'm like quoting it and it's like, yo, have you seen Lucky Number 7? I think that this movie is fully responsible for making me, do like a whale surface of my depression and then going back down. Like I was just like, I know
You shot up just like a rocket, and then you went over. I'm alive. Oh fuck, and then splashed back down.
Oh God, just go back down. It's like, remember Lucky Number 7? That was a good time. All right, back to being
That's what I
depressed.
felt a
It was
lot.
like,
Yeah. I think I agree. And I was probably, this is 2006 it came out. So yeah, I was like, maybe I watched it freshman year of high school. And I do think it probably instilled like a love of cinema in my life.
Yeah.
In a way that,
absolutely.
because it's also, and maybe this is a guilt, maybe this is a pleasure, it's made for little boys. I think this movie is like little boy, it's about gangsters. It's like gangsters and cops and robbers, and it's gory and it's kind of slick. And you're like, what if I would looked as cool as Josh Hartnett?
It's real wish fulfillment. Even like the neighbor across the hall coming in and whoa,
Yeah.
babe alert, and she
100%.
thinks you're a babe too.
Right. And it's like, actually, it's almost like someone's telling a pretend story and they're like, actually, the whole time, his name was actually Henry, and the rabbi and the freaking other gangster live across the street from each other. But then, like, it's like a little kid telling a story.
Yeah, it is.
And he's in a towel. It's funny.
He's in a towel.
He's in a towel the whole time and he's cold. And then the guys are like, no, fuck you. It doesn't matter if you're cold. That's what I remember the movie was brilliant when the two gangsters come in. I was like, oh yes, I forgot
Those
about
two characters
them.
are so good. There's a lot of just fun lyrical dialogue, and I also did not write many notes, but the one that I had to get is, this is a different time actually. I think Morgan Freeman said this, but he's talking about his dead son, and he says, "Sent from an is to a was before he had his breakfast."
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking
So good.
great. But by the way, Garrick,
Totally.
you said Guy Ritchie. I wrote down Guy Ritchie because I think that it's also Snatch, all that stuff. Like it just has that like sharp tongue thing into it, and there's so many good quotes. One I love is Bruce Willis, and he's just like, "I want to go home." The kid's like, "I want to go home." Bruce Willis goes, neither of us are going home for a long time. And it's like, fuck yes, dude. It gives me chills.
Yeah.
Also,
and then the Kansas City Shuffle comes on. But okay.
This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Okay, I get stressed out pretty easily, and I've got a big to-do list every day, and I have this thing called time anxiety, where I have so much to do, and I feel like I don't have enough time, so instead of doing any of it, I just get stressed out, and then it crushes me. Look, when you're faced with a challenge, the best thing you can do is solve the problem, but that's not always where our brains default to. A therapist can help, because when you become a better problem solver, instead of dwelling on the problems, it makes it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. I use BetterHelp. It's so great to have flexible therapy. And I'm talking about scheduling, but also where I can do it. I can do it from the comfort of my own home. I can do it while on a walk. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can help you get there. Visit betterhelp.com/guiltypleasures today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/guiltypleasures. This episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. When I shopped online back in the old days before Honey, I would get to checkout and there would be that little box saying, do you have a code? And I would go, no, I don't have a code. And then I would rifle through my drawers and I would look and I go, oh, where did I put that thing? Thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is a free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds right to your cart. All you gotta do is go to checkout on your favorite sites, find that magical Honey button, ooh, so magical, and click apply coupons. Bada bing, bada boom. A few seconds later, really as fast as it takes me to say bada bing, bada boom, if Honey found a working coupon, your prices just dropped. Y'all know I love shopping for clothes online. Well, guess what? Honey saved me money. That's right, I saved $22 on my jacket. If you don't already have Honey, you can straight up be missing out. And by getting it, you're gonna be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. So get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/guilty. That's joinhoney.com/guilty.
Do you have more lines?
God.
yeah,
I've
got a couple.
Tell me more.
Quotes
Yeah, let's do a line-o-rama.
Oh, the one where he's talking to Nick Fisher, the actual Nick Fisher, and he's just like, well, he's like, damn, that was a story. That's not a story. That's not a story. Charlie Chaplin went into a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and came in third.
That's a story.
I had that written down.
This is something else.
Yeah, it's
Something else.
Something else.
And he's just like, and then even right after that, it goes into, well, was that a Kansas City Shuffle? No, it's not. Kansas City Shuffle is everybody looks left, and then the guy looks. And then he looks back at the wheelchair. The wheelchair is vacant because nobody's expecting for a man in a wheelchair to stand. And then he's like, and then you look right, and he snaps his neck and turns his head right, and it's just like, I was like,
so good.
Oh, this movie fucks.
And that's like, it's so style over who gives a fuck, because it's like, you just had Bruce Willis tell a 15-minute story to a guy that he's about to kill and do this whole, like, the woman was asleep on the bench. You could have killed him at the beginning of the story. You could have just walked behind him and done it. But you know what?
Yeah.
Let's tell a dope story, because it's going to be a lot cooler when you break his neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's
definitely.
tell it because it's gonna be cool. He needed the wheelchair for a reason. Blah blah blah. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's also it's like the cast is crazy. It's Morgan Freeman and Bruce Willis, and like and Ben Kingsley, and Josh Hartnett, and
Lucy Liu,
and Tucci,
and
fucking
the Tooch.
Tucci's in there here too.
Yeah.
Another great quote is, "I'm gonna say the same thing any man with two penises says when his tailor asks him if he dresses to the right or left. What's that? Yes." It is just cool. It's just a cool little movie, man.
Just a cool little movie.
Everybody's doing that in tweets now, where they're just like, well, would you like a burger or a taco? Yes. It's like, okay. You're right. It's like, all right. Well, where'd you get that
lucky
from?
number
You got
11
it from
much?
Fucking lucky number 11. And I see you. I know. I fucking see you. You can't hide anymore. I know where you're getting it from. Anyway.
God, yeah, and I'll say, I mean, we're obviously, this is going to be like me and Garrick are two little boys talking about how much we love this movie, but one scene in particular that is like, I haven't watched this movie in probably a decade, but the one scene that really is burned into my brain is Morgan Freeman and Ben Kingsley dying.
Oh yeah,
because it's one of the most gruesome scenes I think,
It's
like
visceral.
in a lot of cinema. And what does he say? He's like, "Oh God," they're like, "Who?"
when he does the send off.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's
here.
like, "Who? There's no they. I did.
Yeah,
this
it's
to
me.
you.
I did this to you. Fuck you both." And then he puts the bags.
Fuck you both. The way that he says "fuck you both," if I can do that as an actor, I will. My journey is complete. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else because like he's contemplating what to say, and he's like, I should say something cooler or blah blah blah, and then he just winds up with "fuck you both."
Yeah,
because he's like, I'm so upset. And I'm so ready to be done with this chapter of my life.
Right.
That this is all I have left to say to you. You don't deserve any more of my time. Fuck you both. And then he just wraps the fucking duct tape around their neck. Oh my God.
So the whole twist here at the end of the movie, major spoilers, we're in the territory, is that
Huge
we see this
spoilers.
little boy in the beginning. The little boy did not die. He grows up to be Sleven, which I clocked from a mile away because that was great casting
course.
as little boy
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett. But he actually was working with Bruce Willis. They set this whole thing up. They created this, and it was him getting revenge for all the people that killed his family.
Yeah.
And this man needs therapy
Yeah.
because he has dedicated
After all of
20
this.
years of his life to tracking down and murdering these people whose lives seem pretty miserable.
Well, he's also an assassin. Like, I think that the second movie would be him continuing his life as an assassin.
Oh, and if this movie had
because
come out 4 years later, it would have a sequel.
Lucky Number
It would
Slate.
have a sequel.
Lucky Number Slate. I
mean,
feel like it's like, because this came out when
It'd
did
be called like Clever or something like that. It probably
Yeah.
because his name is because that's like his code name is Bad Dog, Mr. Good Cat,
right.
and then he's Bad Dog. So like they had like the partnership. I'm sure he took him out and trained him by doing hits and all of that stuff. And
Why
then
was Six
eventually
afraid
he's
of
just like,
Sleven? Because Sleven ate 9.
Man, though, a reboot, it makes no fucking sense, but a reboot of this today.
Starring
Oh my
Addison
God.
Rae as
Oh
Sleven.
my God, that'd be great. Addison Rae's the Lucy Liu character.
Yeah.
Wait, who would you cast?
Okay, if I'm doing a reboot now, is it the same age or is it like, he's just a regular Sleven now, Tom Holland, but he couldn't really.
No.
He couldn't really
No,
do it.
it's gotta be taller.
He could be taller.
Not taller. That doesn't matter.
It's he's Tommy's too boyish.
Andrew Garfield
Doug,
could maybe do it.
Andrew Garfield could do it.
Closer.
Honestly,
Buff Andrew Garfield? We've never seen that really. But I mean Spider-Man, but I want to see him beefy.
I don't think I agree. I think Josh Hartnett's one of kind.
He is. Don't get me wrong.
Can we talk about Lucy Liu?
Yeah.
Because
What's
she's
that?
great in this, but there was something a little heartbreaking to see her play the Manic Pixie Dream Girl to me, where it felt so below what she is capable of as an actress and as a person, and she's so silly in it. She seemed like she was having a blast.
Yeah.
So good
Yeah.
for her.
That's what I was so excited about with seeing her is that when you previously when you see her in a movie, she's fighting somebody. She's doing martial arts in some form. And seeing her now just being the love interest, I was like, oh, cool. And then you just get to see her acting chops, which is great.
Weirdly, I'm racking my brain, and I don't think that any other movie has acknowledged that Lucy Liu is just a stunning, gorgeous human
Stunningly
being.
attractive person.
Like she's
Yeah.
never like in Charlie's Angels. That's not her bit.
Yeah.
Right. The other characters
Yeah.
have the love story. I don't
Right.
really remember. Kill Bill. That's a different thing. Elementary. She's too busy solving crimes, and that's all the Lucy Liu projects I can remember.
Elementary, yeah. I don't think I watched
Yeah.
that. Is that like
TV show?
Is it,
It was the Sherlock Holmes TV show.
oh my God, that's right. She's like Watson.
She's Watson, Lady
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
right.
that was a pleasure of mine. I enjoy Lucy Liu getting her time to be appreciated.
Yeah, just be an actress. Just be fun and cute.
Oh, but then fuck this shit. Fuck this. They have this cute moment where they've been teasing. They're things are about to get hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And then they go to open their doors, and then Lucy Liu leaves her door open. And then Josh Hartnett.
door open.
I'ma leave the door open. Come on in,
It's so
Lucy
good.
Liu.
So good. He was like, I mean, but also even like the way that they played the love story was just so fucking quirky.
But I'm not done with
was
my
like,
fuck this.
you know,
No.
Oh yeah, what's the fuck this?
Because beautiful shot, cinema, we love it, but then you deprive me the moment of the first kiss. I don't get to see, and then you get to see them peck later, but I don't want to see the seventh peck.
Okay.
I want to see, that is movie language 101. I see a guy, I see a girl. Sometimes I see a guy and a guy, sometimes I see a girl and a girl. But I see two characters, I want them to kiss.
You're like a peeping Tom. Yeah, you want to see the first. You want to see the first little.
That
kiss.
is writing 101. You introduce a character and you introduce another character. We want them to kiss. You now are building up this tension that can only be released with the sweet, sweet smooch. And now you are depriving me of that smoochage.
Yeah. I get
Shame
that.
on you,
That's
lucky
fair.
number Sleven.
Big shame.
Shame on. And then they're like in bed and they just kind of like go like, "Meh."
You wanted a bigger kiss. You
I
felt
wanted
like
a hot, steamy slobber.
I get that.
I didn't mind it because the way that they were talking to each other, it felt like they were already so familiar. So seeing them wake up next to
Garrick,
each other like an old couple that's been bickering,
Garrick,
it just
Garrick,
feels,
do me a favor.
Yeah,
Close
yeah.
your eyes. Close your eyes.
yeah.
I want you to imagine Josh Hartnett. He's in a towel. His nose is broken, but he's pulling it off. Lucy Liu is there. She's looking good. She just got back from the morgue. She washed her hands. What are you gonna do?
Take it. You got to take your hand off the microphone.
I will, but this is part of the illusion.
Okay, got it.
And I want you to imagine their lips going. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
You're right. Okay, it's good.
I'm sorry, by the way,
Yeah.
listeners, if that was too hot. I felt like it was funny, and then it got to a point where that was like fully arousing. And
Yeah, that was really hot.
so like, I'm sorry. I know that you're probably at work right now, and you're like, Zach, I was not ready for what was a full-on mental bobo. My B couldn't help myself.
Mental Bobo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
This movie and the movie Wanted are very similar to me.
Oh yeah.
And both.
How so?
Wanted is not as
Because
like
they both
quick to-
have,
they both have Morgan Freeman.
have
No,
the Morgan Freeman in it.
is Morgan Freeman? Yeah, because isn't it Morgan Freeman and
And he's also
Ian
the
McKellen?
secret villain. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
James
yeah.
McAvoy.
No, James McAvoy was the
James
lead, and
McAvoy.
Angelina Jolie. But then isn't Morgan Freeman in it too?
Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't think that Morgan Freeman was the lead of Wanted bending bullets, though I would watch that movie.
That would rule. But I think it's just like they're both like that type of movie. It's like assassins, and we're like a whole school of assassins, and we're running around. And I just like both of those movies they're great watches. I think even today, like it's not. It's a fucking popcorn
Your
movie.
analysis is
It's a
Wanted
popcorn.
is also
But
good.
My analysis is this type of
Wanted
movie
is
rules.
more of like I love that type. I do
Wanted
love the
takes
type
itself
of
more
secret
seriously.
society movie.
Yeah.
Wanted takes itself more seriously in like a
Definitely.
All right, you're
Yeah, it's-
because that's what the cool thing about John Wick is that
Yeah.
it didn't take itself seriously, but he was
Right.
doing some serious ass shit. It was like fucking crazy what he pulled off to the point where people are opening up like gun running places so that people can practice like the track that he was practicing. Like those are popping up everywhere. Anyway, but this movie does the same thing I feel like that John Wick does, like you were saying earlier, that the dialogue fully takes the piss out of any type of serious situation that you could have felt, and it brings the secret society-ness of it all to a more grounded place. If that makes sense. Or it's just like, we're still doing this for entertainment.
Yeah.
So
No, I
a
get
more
that.
heightened place rather than not more grounded. Misspoke.
I'm not saying anything groundbreaking here. Obviously, Bruce Willis is as good as it gets at playing the stoic hitman.
Yeah.
He's just perfect at it. But there is one scene where they have a flashback and they reveal young Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah.
And they do my man so dirty where he has this long hair that's still so thinning and this like peel on mustache. And I fucking
lost my mind laughing. It is so, you guys got just find this screenshot of how wildly unconvincing Bruce Willis as a young man is. This was like before they had the Irishman de-aging technology. So he's just like fully an old man wearing the cheapest costume. It's supposed to be 20 years younger.
Yeah, it fully feels like he was just in disguise as a young man in a flashback. Yeah.
Right.
It's like a Mr. Bean disguise. It's so campy and wacky. I guess I should say, you get to see Jews kick ass in this movie. Pretty fucking dope.
It's true. Pretty sick.
That is pretty sick,
Jews kick fucking ass.
We get to see Jews kick ass.
I don't really.
I'm in Williamsburg right now, so I'm walking around and I'm just like, hey, you're cool.
Hey, lucky number 7.
I don't really like relate to Hasidic Jews that much, but you know, still nice to see them getting their time to shoot some guns. Boom, boom, pow,
boom,
pow.
boom.
I wish the one that didn't speak was in it for longer. Because he was so dope to me. That was such a good character. It's such like that whole scene. Or he's just like, when they're driving, and then he's just like, and he's like, he's sorry for hitting you. It's like, why didn't he tell me that?
You know what's crazy too is I was watching that scene and I'm like, okay, this is just like Fargo season 2, except this came first.
This came first.
This actually did do some dope shit before other things.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say copied it, but like it did it before other things did it.
Yeah, I feel like if this movie came out, I don't know, like close to, I don't know what year it was. What was it, like 2005 or something like that?
I think it was 2006. Yeah,
2006. And it still reads like a modern movie. It reads like somebody like actually shooting for something rather than staying on the, at the norm and all of that stuff and like the status quo. And I don't know, trying to elevate literature in a weird way.
Yeah, definitely. It's like slick enough that I think if it came out today, like it would, I think it could hold up in like the modern marketplace. Like I don't think it's like, it doesn't feel dated. I think because the writing is so slick and fun. It's also just like, it's a gangster movie. Like it's
a fucking gangster movie.
It's a fucking gangster movie. And gangster movies are always so good. I don't know if you guys saw that new Guy Ritchie movie. What was it called?
Wrath of Man?
No. It's with Matthew McConaughey's in it. It's like Matthew McConaughey.
Interstellar.
Yeah, it's Interstellar. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking look it up because I watched it and it ruled. The only problem is that it just like Guy Ritchie has not changed at all.
Yeah.
And so, The Gentleman. So it came out in 2019. The Gentleman is like a great gangster movie and I would recommend it, but Guy Ritchie has not changed at all. So there is like wildly like homophobic language in it and also like really racist stuff in the movie. And I was like, damn, dude, like you've been doing this for a really long time. You should, if you adjusted this slightly, like this movie would be mainstreamly unbelievably successful. But it just has this stuff where it's like, wow, like that, I can't believe that's still in there and no one is telling you like, hey, probably don't include like this racist bit about the Asian character.
Right. Martin McDonagh does the same thing.
Oh,
even though I think that Martin,
yes.
I love it. I love his writing so much.
I love him, but absolutely,
to me, I mean, I know this is controversial, but it made 3 Billboards unwatchable to me for that reason. I was like, this is
I know,
just
it
fucking
sucks.
egregious.
Come on, man. Like it really does take you out of it. And Bruges is one of the top.
And 7 Psychopaths rules. Fucking my God.
I love Sense Psychopaths. I mean, Martin McDonagh is like one of my favorite playwrights, one of my favorite screenwriters. But yeah, there is that thing where it's just like, damn, dude, if you adjusted this slightly, like everyone would be able to watch it and not be like bummed by it.
3 Billboards. It's like you cast Peter Dinklage, who you've worked with before, one of the greatest actors, is coming off of multiple Emmy wins for Game of Thrones, and you just put him in the movie so you can make a bunch of little people jokes, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Doesn't even have anything to do with this movie.
It's pretty corny. It's pretty corny.
Well, okay, let's focus back on this movie because this movie is not without its blemishes as well.
For sure.
We have a part of the central plot is seducing the gay son of the rabbi. Mm-hmm. They refer to him as, they call him the fairy. It's not like the biggest H capital homophobic, but like it's
It's bad.
It's like,
there.
gay is funny.
It's-
And
Right. It's 2006.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
very bad. Yeah. It's just like we moved past that. Thank God. Jesus.
Yeah, that is the part that of the right. By the way, when I said
Where you're-
released in the modern marketplace, that is absolutely not like
That's the part we're gonna change.
That's the thing that dates it so hard.
okay, we
Yeah.
talked about how this film does not feel dated. I want to talk about the direction. And no, I'm not going to disagree. I love the fucking
direction.
wallpaper. Guys,
Oh,
I want
yeah.
you to watch this
yeah.
movie and just look at the wallpaper.
Oh, yeah.
Wallpaper's making a
When
comeback.
the,
It was not hot in this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When they
It looks so
made the
good.
phone ring, or he's just like, all I had to do was make the phone ring, and you just see that shot, that very
70s
Wes Anderson,
wallpaper.
Yeah.
just in the middle, and it just ringing symmetry, all that good stuff, and that good ass wallpaper, man.
But
It's-
every room in this movie, like very specific set deck.
Yeah.
Very weird,
Yeah.
not like stuff you've seen. So I'm going to give a shout out to
Yeah.
the director. I am probably screwing up his name. His name is Paul McGuigan,
Oh
and he's a director. Do you know Miles?
no, I'm
looking at his movies and I'm like, okay, I don't know that one. Don't know that one. Victor Frankenstein, sure, whatever. But he actually directed, Miles, another one of your favorite movies.
What?
That we will be covering in a few weeks.
No.
Push,
No
starring
fucking
Chris
way.
Evans.
Yeah.
Yo, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Your
That
two
was
favorite
a-
movies.
My two favorite movies, Push. It's right up there with Jumper. Push, like Universe 11.
Push
I mean,
was a sick ass movie. I mean,
We're gonna be
I
talking
because
about
I
it.
probably
We're gonna be doing a
won't.
whole
it sort of
Yeah.
exists in the Miles verse of movies of
Yeah.
Wanted,
Yeah.
Push, like Universe 11, Jumper.
Right. Like just things that you know that your friend burned on a CD, and it's just like, hey, check this out.
Yo,
And you're
this
like,
movie's
okay.
sick, and you like watched
This
it
movie
stoned at a
rips.
sleepover.
Movies that you can
Yeah,
only get
yeah.
via LimeWire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Because like even with in Push, the fact that their powers it's shown with lens flare or
Yeah.
bokeh. It's
Right.
so like oh god.
We'll get there.
Like,
Stay tuned
we'll
for a
get there.
couple weeks.
Oh, it's a good
yeah.
movie.
Guys, I got a bone to pick
Boner alert!
with
Yeah.
this film. So at the end of this movie, you're seeing Sleven. He's getting his revenge. He kills the rabbi. He kills Morgan Freeman. And as it's happening,
you just vomit in your mouth?
I breathed in too much air. I said Sleven too many times, and
Sleven,
it made me puke. So as we're putting these pieces together, Stanley Tucci is on the phone, and he's getting this whole story about like they're putting the pieces together. And it's like, Sleven, it means this. It's about this horse race that was fixed and blah, blah, blah.
right, yeah.
And we had this like throwaway line earlier where we find out that Tucci was related to the bookkeeper.
Yep.
And then Sleven is laying in the backseat. It's kind of goofy, but whatever. He's laying in the backseat. He puts a gun and he goes, Sleven, what does that mean? And he says, Bad dog. Bad dog.
Clever.
You
What does that
do
mean,
not
bad dog?
fucking kill Stanley Tucci. I
okay.
don't
That's
care
its own debate.
what
That's-
the fuck
that's
he's
so-
done.
That's right.
That
Oh,
man
yeah.
is
That's fair.
is a legend.
national
He
treasure.
is the
Oh.
fucking hottest,
Yeah.
non-conventionally not hot man. He deserves to live
Yep.
forever in the hills of Italia,
Making paninis.
making paninis,
Yeah.
slurping down
Yeah.
bolognese.
So okay, so this is Stanley
Getting
Tucci
that little
before he did
arrabbiata.
this is before the Negroni video, man. This is before all of that. This is
Yeah.
before I'm gonna go and the search for Italy or whatever. This is
You're
just
gonna
Stanley
look
Tucci
me in
being
the eyes and
bald
tell me
guy.
that a casting director
Yep.
this good, that had a cast this fucking stellar, didn't see the
good-ass cast.
potential
Yeah.
in the Tooch.
I mean, this is
Oh,
pre
yeah.
Julie and Julia, I'm pretty sure. And which I think is
Yeah.
Tucci's best film, to be totally honest. I think that movie fucking, I mean,
Should
that
we
movie
do
rules.
Tucci month?
Holy fuck, Zach.
Your
That's
eyes
a
just
brilliant
lit up.
idea. That's going to give the
Tucci
show
month.
the fire it needs.
That's gonna take us to the next level.
If we did Tucci month, we could do a whole fucking funny bit about it. Oh my God.
A whole bit.
Oh, like
Like,
TikTok campaign.
Apple hit us up personally. It was just like, you guys are doing great. We gotta take pictures of you. And it's just like, no, this is what's gonna do it.
No,
Tucci
you're going
month.
to take pictures for
Fucking
Tucci month.
Yeah.
Now
Guys,
announcing
how much
Tucci
do you
month?
think it costs to get a billboard in Times Square?
Tucci month is here.
Tucci month is here.
guiltypleasures.com/Tucci.
Tucci month. Tucci month.
Tucci month.
We could make Tucci month merch.
I mean, yeah. Oh,
do
Tucci month
that.
is a funny merch.
Tucci month?
Yeah.
He rules. I mean, Tucci he can do no wrong, except for when he killed his Henry's mom. And by Henry, I mean Sleven.
But like, I give him
yeah.
a pass.
Yeah.
What about a shirt
Killing
that says?
his mom.
I give him a pass for killing his mom.
All right.
It's like a gory. I mean, again,
Would you
but-
give him a pass
It's a
if
gory
we
movie.
made a shirt that said "It's Tucci o'clock somewhere"?
Well, it'd have to be. It's Tucci o'clock somewhere.
Tucci o'clock. Do you think people would get it?
It'd be the number 2 UCC.
What if it's Tooch?
yeah.
What if it's Tooch o'clock, but it's like I with the apostrophe, like you would do o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's TUCC space
Right.
I apostrophe clock.
Only if it's okay. You know what? I love
It's
this.
Tucci o'clock
and-
somewhere.
Yeah, let me help you out here. That's great, and
Oh.
it's Tucci's head profile, and it's the
And he's
two
got-
hand.
he's-
It's a
yeah,
clock,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
two hand
It's a
is at his
clock
eyes
on his fucking. Yeah.
because it's right. That's right where it would be. Two hand is right at his eyes. Tucci
love
o'clock
that.
somewhere. Profile Stanley Tucci.
Guys, let us fucking know how mad do you think Kelsey would be? Kelsey has wanted merch so badly, and we're like, hey, we're finally doing Guilty Pleasures merch. No, it's not going to say
Yeah.
Guilty Pleasures. It's not going to say
Yep.
Guilty Horrors.
Nope.
It's Tooch o'clock somewhere.
And we're only releasing 10 of them, so get them while they're hot.
And I'm going to buy 5.
Yes,
Oh my god! We'll sell as many until we get a cease and desist letter.
From Stanley Tucci
From-
himself,
from
it would be an
Tucci.
honor.
Yeah,
It would be an
cool.
honor to be cease and desisted
Yeah.
by Stanley himself.
Yeah,
I would
We'll
lose my
stop
mind.
if he signs this cease and desist. He has
Yeah.
to sign it himself.
I will stop, but I need him to record a video saying hi and that he disapproves of me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From the desk of Stanley Tucci.
With the death of Stanley Tucci. And if that shit isn't stained with red wine, then I know it wasn't him.
Postmarked from
Fucking
Milan? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that this paper has not been blessed by the Tuscan sun.
Yeah.
It was not actually seen by Tucci.
No way.
What is this, actual paper? I want this shit on parchment, bitch. You know,
Papyrus or bust.
That's what I'm looking for. Parchment.
this movie fucking rips. I feel like if it came out now, it would have been able to be 2 hours long, and we could have lived in the second act of it, because the first act was set up. The second act was like, you know, Slevin's woes, and then the third was just them explaining the plan. And it's just like the fact that that's just as long as the second act is like, come on, you can't do that. It has to be way shorter than the second part. But even still, like, just living in the you know, I don't know what I'm doing of it all is so fun. It's such a like wrong place, wrong time of it all.
Right.
I mean, it's very North by Northwest. This movie calls out North by Northwest directly, but that's a trope that I'll frankly never get tired of.
No, yeah. Also, like all the flashback, like the his nose. I remember I really loved that as a kid, just being like, oh, because it's just a fake, right?
Yeah, he just broke his nose.
He just broke his nose. No, on purpose.
Yeah, good cat. Yeah, punch him in the nose.
Good guy punched him in the nose. But I was just like, I always loved that. I was like, oh, he fucking. I remember that was like a revolutionary as a kid. I don't know why. Maybe just because I was like, somebody had to have punched him in the nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Another good line. I bet that mouth is what got you that nose.
Yes. Fucking great line.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a good line.
And it's just
I can't
right
deny
after
that.
something else. It's right after something else. Oh my god. It's like fucking, what's my guy's name that did The Social Network?
Oh, Sorkin.
Fincher?
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah, Sorkin. There isn't an amount of cocaine in the world that Sorkin could do that would give him that line.
Yeah, no, it's very though. Like it's crazy because the writer did not. What's his name? I looked it up. And
Yeah, let's see. I'm
he
curious
didn't
what
write.
else
He
he's
was a
done.
TV guy. He got a couple of shows. He ran a couple of shows, I think, or he created a bunch of shows. And he didn't do any other features. He didn't write any other features. And I was kind of surprised by that because it really feels like he has that energy of like
Jason Smilovic.
Yeah, Jason Smilovic. And I just was like, I was surprised that he hadn't done anything else. Because
I mean, he did War Dogs.
Oh, he did.
So
War
he's back. I mean,
Dogs.
honestly, a real thing is like writer jail, director jail is a real thing.
Yeah.
So
if he made
Yeah.
this movie and it was like splashy, but then it failed,
It didn't do
it's going to
nothing.
set your career back years.
Well,
That's what happens.
also he could have
That
been
fucking
blacklisted
sucks.
by Mr. Harvey, which this movie's a Weinstein.
Oh, this is a Weinstein.
This is a Weinstein. So maybe who knows? But like
fucking
I
knows?
just Hollywood, especially at that time, you definitely could be blacklisted and not do much
Yeah.
afterward.
Yeah. It's one last thing that I'll say before we dive into fun facts is we again and again historically we underestimate these pretty actors. And like Josh Hartnett, we're like now like this is years later and we're just kind of compressing history, but like that's the fucking Dawson's Creek boy.
Yeah.
And we're like, if you told me that dude from Dawson's Creek could be a badass, cool, hot assassin, I'd be like, no, he's soft. I don't want to wait for my lives to be over. But then like, here comes Rob Pattinson, prove us wrong again. Here comes Heath Ledger, proving us wrong with like, it just, we're wrong. We're always wrong.
So these people, we're always wrong. These people are actors. They're not fucking, they got cast in a thing, they made money, and then they're like, okay, so now I can stretch. Now like you like look at Radcliffe. It's like, oh, look at Harry Potter playing a villain in something. Look at Harry Potter playing a dead body. Like he's doing, he's
so good,
fully just doing that lane of like, I was an actor. I was raised as an actor. I did, stage coming up and all of that. And now I get to do the weird projects that I would have liked to if I wasn't held down by a franchise.
And honestly, I think with a lot of these pretty actors, it's like, I think that their beauty is part of what makes them a great actor because from a young age, people are like, you're gorgeous, you're going to be a star.
Right.
And so now they can just put all of their life and focus into this craft and not worry about real world shit because guess what? They're hot and we need them.
Yeah.
The world needs hotties.
And what I'll say? I was watching, I don't know what age Josh Hartnett is in this, but I was watching Ocean's 11 on a plane recently. And I actually feel like it's so fucking good. It's crazy. I watch that movie when I need like an upper. It's really like brings me joy.
Hard. Every time they're in front of the fountain and Claire de Lune comes on, I'm crying. I'm full weep, full just like, oh my, it's just so good. It's so fucking good.
But
Anyway,
to me,
this type of gangster movie is great. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, like the energy that he has is not dissimilar from the energy that like Pitt has as that character, where it's like that young, like fiery, just kind of like he's eating in every scene. He's kind of like smooth talking.
Which
like,
in this, they let Hartnett eat a bunch of PB&J sandwiches.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I am very excited for that Bullet Train movie because it feels like it has the same type of energy.
I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
I know
really
it could be
it's
bad,
good.
but I really am hoping
The advertisement is so because the first trailer was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And then it's clear that the studio is like scared and doesn't trust it. And so now the billboards, if you've seen them around town, are like just so generic and not
really
cool. And it's like it seems like they're like, I don't know if people are gonna like this. It's Brad Pitt.
I think they're scared because of
scared.
it was like made in a bubble, essentially. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's like the first trailer I saw looked like fucking Into the Void. It was like crazy.
It's so
fucking
frenetic. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move us on to some fun facts. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Woo! So Lucy Liu said in the making of that she had more fun making this movie than any of her other movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
There it is. Because she finally got to act. She didn't have she didn't have to fight anybody. She got to act and be fun and be sexy and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing if you just keep on choosing the same person to play this role and then just being like, all right, well, she doesn't have any agency. That's fucking crazy. And it's just like she comes in, she's like, I'm gonna solve this mystery. We need to figure this shit out. And it's like, let's do this and blah 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 blah. And it's just that's what you would want to wake up to go to work to do, to play this like fun, kinetic person.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think also like on that same point, the like I always think about the thing Mike White said where he was like, I tried to sell a bunch of shows that didn't have a mystery or like nobody watched my shows. So I just was like I put a dead body in the first episode of White Lotus because like fuck you guys, like you're gonna watch to the end. Yep. And I think that's so true about any mystery. Yeah. Like I'll watch a fucking stupid mystery because I just want to know what happens. Yeah. And with this, it's like, oh wait, like what happened? Like who is he? Why is he? Like there's so many things for to latch onto.
They did the same shit with Succession. He kills somebody at the end.
for sure.
Spoiler. He kills somebody at the end, and then you're just like, when is this going to come back up? Oh my God, it's going to come back up.
Right.
It's just like, it barely does. They really sweep it under the rug when it does come back up. Nobody gives a fuck. But it affects him
every time
so
it comes
heavily.
up, you think it's going to be so bad.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You think it's going to be something crazy.
Well, I am going to sully this experience a little bit because Lucy didn't say this was... She didn't react to it the way that I'm going to, but this is just such an early 2000s story right here. There's one scene in the movie. It's a cute scene in the movie where Josh Hartnett, he's in a towel the whole time, and he starts getting, like, she leaves, and he starts getting undressed, and then she opens the door saying, I forgot one thing, and she sees his dick. Very funny. Well, turns out that the moment is scripted, but the reaction is not, because while they were filming, Josh Hartnett flashed Lucy Liu for real without telling her, guys, stop fucking doing that.
Josh, you're in jail now.
You're in jail,
Jesus
Josh.
Christ.
Josh, that's a fucking dumb thing to do.
Because Lucy Liu is such a good actress and does not need you to do that. And by the way, if
No.
that would change, that would make me go,
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
fun.
it would be like, oh God. Yeah.
what is that worm
Just like
dangling?
weird-
Yeah,
in a bushel.
penises are so weird looking.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it. Wow,
No,
that's
but-
disappointing.
Josh, you're in jail.
You're in
that
jail
is
for that,
disappointing.
Josh. 2006.
That
You know,
sucks,
you hate
man.
to see it.
You know what? And as your
sucks,
punishment, you're gonna have to name your character Sleven. You're gonna have to wear that as a badge of honor.
That's right.
Shockingly, the title "Lucky Number Sleven" doesn't translate well to other languages.
Of course not.
Go figure. So foreign markets had to get creative. We got some alt titles. In Spain, it was The Seven Affair.
Wow, makes no sense.
Loving
but yeah.
that.
Yeah, at all.
In Mexico, Hitman for Hire.
Yeah, okay, I can get down with that. Hitman for Hire.
And in Brazil, Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Because
That
they played chess once.
yeah, they played chess one time.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like a chess match. You
That
get
is
it?
true. Yeah.
This is fun. I'm curious if you guys, this is more like in the weeds than I would normally get, but curious as super fans if you recognize this, that there are parts of the story that Slevin's making up. You know, it's revealed later on that he never actually got mugged. All of the scenes that he makes up, so it's the phone call to Nick, the girlfriend, and the mugging, are all filmed in black and white.
You know, I didn't notice that when I watched it, but I didn't read that, and that's a great detail. I think it's a fucking great detail.
It's just like, why not?
Yeah, why not? Be a brilliant, you know, like no one's gonna know until the end. It's like fucking Memento. That's right. Lucky Number 11 is better than Memento.
Lucky
Number 11
makes
is
sense.
better than Schindler's List and Jurassic Park combined.
There's
All
some
right?
time jumping in Lucky Number 11. Let's be clear. There's some time jumpage.
Come on.
Ooh, how about this? Josh Hartnett lived with the screenwriter Jason Smilovic and his girlfriend while the script was being written. And because he saw Josh Hartnett in a towel all the time, that's why he wrote him that way, and he thought it added a vulnerable quality to him.
That makes sense then why he got this movie made and then didn't make another movie to me.
Yeah.
He's like Josh Hartnett's buddy. They probably did it together.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett was on as producer.
Cool.
That makes
It's
sense.
really interesting. I mean, that also is
Josh,
fun.
you're out of jail. Way to bring your boys up.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, no, the towel
We are
that's
not
so,
allowed to say that. I think Lucy is the only one who's allowed to
No.
bring him out of jail.
Yeah, we're absolutely not. But
You're back in jail.
yeah, you're back in jail. But I do love the towel bit. I think it's a great moment. The
I think
nose too. Nose being broken the whole time.
Any
Yeah,
like
a broken
guys,
a broken nose and a towel really does make you seem not vulnerable, but like not vulnerable in the way of like sensitive, but like vulnerable in the way of like you are exposed to danger. You are
hurt your
naked.
characters, right? Like
Yeah.
this guy's fucking cold and his nose is broken. Hurt your
Yeah.
characters and we will love them more. Simple as that. Guys, we have to decide, is this movie a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, just plain guilty? I know what you're going to say, but I want you to gush and tell us why people should watch this film. Who wants to go first?
I can go first here and leave the special sauce for Garrick. I think that this movie is a Josh Hartnett festival. It brings that feeling. When you go to a movie, you don't want it to be like too nuanced, right? You don't want it to be like, this movie's going to kick your ass and you're going to be on your feet cheering. And it's like got a fucking all-star cast. The gore, the violence is cool as hell. The writing is like really good and makes you feel smart for listening to it, I think. Like you hear it and you're like, yeah, that is fucking sick. And I rule for being
it's
here.
fucking jazz, baby.
Yeah, it's jazz. It's like, and Lucy Liu's in it. And it just, everything about it is awesome. The reveals are great. I will say, I might even put a thing up top to be like, if you haven't seen this is a movie that gets spoiled. Like, and it's because it's a movie that absolutely, if you know what's happening from the beginning, you're going to not be along for the ride.
Yeah.
So go see this movie, freaking walk, don't run to your local TV and rent it on demand.
Yeah, rent it on demand.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't think it's as good as you guys think it is.
Insane.
So I need I feel like I need to give like the slightest guilt to the pleasure, but
I'll
it's
say
a pleasure.
for me, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
Go ahead.
It's fun. It's fun. It definitely is like excessive and in love with itself
Of
at
course,
times.
yeah.
But don't you love it? You love it all the more for that. So yeah, I think you should watch it. It's a good time.
Yeah. Guilty pleasure?
It's like guilty pleasure.
Yeah, guilty pleasure.
It's like guilty pleasure.
Light G.
Guilty pleasure. Because you're gonna watch this and this is such a boys will be boys.
Yes.
Like, you guys are fucking just getting off to how like slick it is and how in love it with itself it is. And like you're gonna roll your eyes once or twice, but then you're gonna be like, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Boys will be boys.
Mm-hmm. This movie introduced me to tricks in filmmaking. I didn't know that I could be tricked. I could be fooled. I had watched this movie and I was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is a cool assassin thing. It's the kid. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind. I didn't know what a misdirection was. And the way that he's Josh Hartnett, and I really do feel bad that he wasn't in anything else. The way that he was playing the duality of the character from like the beginning half to the second half, as soon as you see that switch and you see that all of like the jovialness that he was playing throughout, just fucking, I have to say, come up with a word because I'm doing emotion right now. The way that it just comes inside of himself and turns into like this agent of death, for lack of a better word. Is brilliant. The "fuck you both" line is brilliant. Most of the dialogue, if not most, I'm saying most because of the homophobic stuff.
Yeah.
But all of the parts around that, dialogue wise, perfect. Just Shakespearean. Shakespeare is probably reading it right now and being like, yo, I could have never done this shit. This is fucking ill as hell.
Lucky Number Sleven is better than Shakespeare's entire oeuvre.
Lucky Number Sleven is better than fucking Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah. And it really did teach me how to write.
That's so fucking beautiful, dude. I'm so happy. Like, that makes me happy. It makes me love it more. That's sick. I forgot to say my favorite part of the movie, and I don't give a fuck if you edit this in now, like earlier or now. So up to you. There is one scene where, so the rabbi's son who they have to kill has like this necklace, and if you press it, he has these former Israeli army soldiers that will like come in to his rescue. And so Bruce Willis has just killed the guy and he hears like, I can hear through this wall, and he kind of knocks it. And it turns out to be a false wall. So he goes and he presses the button and then preps with his gun. And then the Israeli agents fucking Kool-Aid Man through the wall. They run through the wall to like as if that's the way that they're gonna get him, and then Bruce Willis just murks them both and just so
it's
funny.
The worst way to do anything.
What a through with the drywall? Like what a crazy.
What a wildly stupid plan. And honestly, they deserve to die.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Shoot
so
through the wall.
Yeah, right. Shoot through the wall.
They could have shot through the wall. They didn't.
Anyway, Mr. Bonsignore.
Yes.
You got a little project to promote, don't you?
That's right. I have my own little podcast called Perfect Person. It's a call and advice show. We take calls, we solve your life problems, and it's cute and it's sweet. And it's sensitive.
Neither Garrick or I have been invited on.
Not yet. We're only on episode like 3 or 4 when we're recording this. Wow. So I'm going to have plenty of my favorite boys on.
Where can you find it?
You can find it anywhere you get podcasts or on YouTube. Go to perfectperson.me. Because you're perfect. to get all the links.
Yeah, is this like a fucking cafe gratitude shit where you're gonna?
No, but I'm very proud of the fact that I got perfectperson.me.
You should start every episode by making people repeat, "I am a perfect person."
I am perfect and welcome. Yeah.
Go support Miles' podcast. I'm at Courtney on all things.
I'm at Miles Bond on all the things.
I'm at Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And until next time, Culebra means bad dogs.